Last summer, I wanted to buy a cozy farming game, and in this video, I want to discuss the two options I considered. There were many different factors that influenced my decision, one of them being cost. In 2022, The Sims 4 became free to play, which is when I decided to switch from The Sims 3. While the base game is free, Cottage Living is an expansion pack or DLC that costs $40. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is a remake of a beloved classic. And like Cottage Living, this game also costs $40. However, during the summer of 2024, it was heavily discounted. This played a significant role in my decision. For about $20, I could get a fully fleshed out game as opposed to a $40 expansion pack. I also considered user experience. Sims 4 Cottage Living is one of the most well-liked expansion packs within the community. During this process, I mostly found positive reviews. However, I also understood that The Sims 4 is notoriously a buggy game. Since the release of this DLC in 2021, the farming system has become increasingly glitchy. Last summer, The Sims 4 was approaching its 10th anniversary, and its future was somewhat uncertain. I didn't want to buy a DLC for a game that may no longer receive updates and bug fixes. On the other hand, A Wonderful Life was not even a year old at the time, and for the most part, I had seen positive reviews for this game. I was unfamiliar with the Harvest Moon games, and this remake looked interesting. Compared to The Sims 4, I also hadn't seen many complaints about bugs and glitches. While I didn't completely know what to expect, A Wonderful Life seemed like a good introduction to the franchise. However, there was one more thing to consider, which is gameplay. In my opinion, this was the most important factor to consider. With Cottage Living, there is a fair amount of new content, including a new world, new animals and plants, and skills. Of course, there are also new casts and build-by elements. With the world, there are new townies and festivals. These new townies even offer side quests for players. I absolutely love the aesthetic of this pack. However, in The Sims 4, I generally focus on family gameplay. I'm not interested in building. The gameplay itself seemed somewhat repetitive to me and unfulfilling. Oftentimes, The Sims 4 relies on the player's ability to pretend and create storylines. For me, as someone with decision fatigue, this didn't sound appealing. While I like being able to make my own choices, I wanted to play a game that was meaningfully impacted by my choices. For this reason, A Wonderful Life seemed like a better choice for me. With A Wonderful Life, I would get the experience of a traditional farming game with a focus on developing a sense of community and family. Personally, I really liked the prospect of raising a child on a farm and growing old. As time passes, my actions would actually have consequences. I felt that the guided storyline would be perfect for me. Here are some final thoughts. I want to emphasize that Cottage Living is not bad, it just wasn't what I was looking for. Through this process, I grasped a better understanding of my playstyle and what I want in a game. Have you ever played Cottage Living or A Wonderful Life? And if you have, what are your thoughts on the iconic franchises that these games belong to? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching!